So, today I'll be reviewing the Stoneforged pre-built PC Artemis, and I got a really good deal on it. So basically on Reddit, there's a subreddit called Build a PC Canada, and what happens is that people will post like all these like deals or potential deals, and then others will think about it. And I caught one at Walmart. So on the Walmart website, I found it was $1,029 with, we can talk about the specs later. And I found the same PC on Newegg for $15.99. And I needed a PC, and so I guess that's the perfect time. And guess what? It's arrived. So we're gonna take a look at this and see. So PC, let's just take it out. Oh, with a package for all the screws and antennas and stuff. Oh shit. Voila. Oh. Oh. Comes with a quick start guide. Congratulations, you got a PC, some kind of pad, and then let's just remove it. Go. And this is the PC. So they got some protective foam. So let's take it out. Oh. Looks pretty good. Oh, there's a foam. And then that's the PC. So the specs are 7600X CPU with 2 8 sticks of DDR5 6000 CL30 RAM. I think they're Kingston NV3 RAMs. And then this is a supposedly Asus 9060 XT, but 16 gigabytes. But I'm gonna double check the specs and review them. And then we can have a deeper look on the specs once we booted the computer. So, let me sit down, grab the Wi-Fi antenna. Look at the Wi-Fi antenna. Plug it in. Oh, this is magnetic, so it just sticks onto it. And then in the package, there's, I think that's the original bracket, and it gave me an extra set of the CPU tower fan clips. And this for the bags. The power cable's over there. Excuse me. And then just a bunch of packages. So it looks like it's a ThermalTake power supply. You can look. Supposedly it's 700 watts. And then some of the booklets that came out of the parts. Some extra screws. I think these are for the PC. Yeah, and so that's about it. Just put this away, and then we can boot up the PC and see if it's actually set with the specs. On power supply, Wi-Fi antennas here. So now let's boot it up. So now it looks as advertised. I got RGB RAM. These looks like Lian Li Infinity reverse fans. Cool. Okay, so let's boot it up and see. As I mentioned, I was on the Walmart website. So the Stoneforged Artemis gaming desktop PC. So Ryzen 5 7600, 16GB DDR5, Radeon RX 9060 XT. And then it says 16GB DDR5 again. But if you view the full specification, that's actually a 9060 XT with 16GB VRAM, not the 8GB version. Then 1TB NVMe, and then Windows 11 Home. So I got this for after tax around 1080. So I live in Alberta, so I only pay the 5% tax. So if you see here, it says sold and shipped by Newegg Canada. So it's actually the same PC, but I guess Walmart has it. And all right, so I just finished setting up the PC. Let's look at the specs, see if it matches. So we've got the Ryzen 7600X, so same as here. And then we actually get a MSI Pro B840M-P. So then this means this motherboard actually doesn't support CPU overclocking, but however it does support memory overclocking. So my memory is actually the Kingston 2 8GB DDR5, so total 6000 and CL30, so the best one, but not the best capacity. Like if they have the 32, that would be better, but I guess it is what it is. And then I look at graphics card. We got an Asus Dual Radeon 9060 XT 16GB, so we do have 16GB of GPU memory. So it is what it's expected. And then for the drive, we have a Kingston NV3 S1000G. So that's a no non-DRAM SSD, but it does support the HMB, so you can use the computer memory buffer. Let's see. So desktop. Yeah, so everything looks to be right. And let's look at Wi-Fi. Let's see what kind of Wi-Fi it is. So it's RZ616. So it's actually a Wi-Fi 6E. So it's got Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. And then I think that's about it. So it does match what it advertised. Because some of the PCs that you buy, like, 9060 XT, is it an 8GB or 16GB? So, and I got this for a total of $1,000, so I think that's pretty good. And then we can look at the actual components itself, see what kind of CPU cooler and power supply to use. So let's continue. So I'm just gonna open up the case. Okay, so we got the Asus Dual, so 2-fan model, 9060. Does run quite a bit hot, so I might have to tune some settings to lower it. And then it looks like we have this looks like a Cooler Master single tower. This also also looks like a Cooler Master. But then this fan, this fan, this fan, this fan looks kind of like a Lian Li Infinity fan, so premium, I guess. But it really depends how you look at it. I don't really care for fans. And then you got the Kingston DDR5 memory RAM, 8 gigabytes, so 16. And then it's a B840M motherboard. Yeah, and then since it's a pre-built, let's look at the wiring. So it looks quite well hidden, but I don't like this because this looks like it's gonna break it. But we shall see. So looking at the back, for the I/O, we got pretty good I/O. So with an HDMI, with a BIOS flash, with a couple USB 2.0, USB 5, 3.0, 3.0, and then with a USB-C, and then with a USB 10 gigabyte. Pretty standard. Wi-Fi antennas right here, and let's look at the cable management. So it's actually not a Lian Li. I think it's like a knockoff. It's a dark flash. I don't know. Whatever. So the backside cable management looks pretty good. I mean, my own is kind of bad. And then we have a ThermalTake Smart 700 watts. So obviously it's probably not like a top tier power supply. I might swap it out. I have a Corsair 750X or RM 750X. So like the Japanese capacitor, so that's probably more reliable and better. But overall, I think it's pretty good. I think even for 1,500 or 1,599 after tax would be like 1,600. I think it's an okay price, not the best, but the RAM prices, everything, it's kind of messed up. So this is the best you can do. But I wouldn't say I scammed Walmart or Newegg. This is a flash sale, so they just discount it heavily, and the CPU and GPU, they're all like almost a year old. So I think for this price that I can get for this, it's pretty good. I might do some upgrades in the future, but yeah, that's about it. So hopefully the people who are interested in this PC will also take a look at my video and see if all these parts are acceptable. Like the motherboard is not a CPU overclockable motherboard, but it's the memory can be overclocked. I don't know if people care about that. It's only a 7600X, so it's gonna be fine for my usage. I don't know for upgradability, like I wouldn't obviously put a 9800X3D or 7800X3D onto here because there's not really overclocking room. Or if you don't overclock, it also works. But I guess value, I will have an Excel sheet to break down to see how much it actually costs. So I just want to continue my breakdown of the PC. So if I were to source all the exact same parts, which currently in 2026, I'm not going to do it. It's going to be 209 for the CPU, it's about 350 for the RAM, and the motherboard's about 150. The Cooler Master CPU cooler, I just throw a random number, about $30. Could be more, could be less. The Wi-Fi 6E is already on the motherboard, so it's included. And then the SSD, I just look for the cheapest SSD I can find. It's 1 terabyte. It's $200. That's crazy. back then I bought like 980 Pros for like $75 each. And then 9060, you can probably find the same card for cheaper slightly. I just look up the reference one. Like if I were to buy the exact same Asus Dual graphics card, it would cost this much, which for one, I'm not going to do. And if I were to rebuild a whole PC, I might not even buy this card. I think 9070 or 9070 XT is better for me, I guess, for 1440p. The case looks like a Stoneforged proprietary custom design case. I think it's pretty good looking, but I just made up $80. It could be like a typical case right now is around $80 for like easy to work on one. Like I got a 4000D case back then for like $80. And then the power supply, I looked up to 700 watt ThermalTake smart supply. It's around $100. So if I were to replicate this PC build, it would cost $1,800. So I bought it for less than $1,100. So I'd say this is a decent / good deal, but this could possibly be a price error. I'm not really sure. Just looking back at this PC, it's kind of insane deal, but I guess you can't really get them anymore, or you can, but for this price, which is I would not think this is a like, oh, I gotta hop on and get the deal. This isn't okay. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully this helps, and yeah, take care. So I wanted to reiterate what happened. So this is the Walmart listing. It says ship and sold by Newegg, and it's $1,000 for $1029. This spec, I copied the spec and then I just put it on Google, and on the Newegg website I found the same thing for $15.99, and by the time I ordered it, it was already on back order. And then I look on Stoneforged website, they have the same exact PC for $17.99. So I just think that at the time it was like the best deal that I see. Compared to if I were to see these prices, I wouldn't pay for these prices. Thanks again for watching. Hopefully whoever orders this PC can get some information from this video about the specs and the parts that are being used. Good luck.